Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and another big day on the channel. Today is finally the day for the full release of Citadelum. You may have seen games like this before from this developer, Light Studios, who's sponsoring today's video, by the way, and thanks to them for sending over an early key so we could take a look at this game on launch day, to which, if you're liking what you're seeing, check the link down below in the description to get Citadelum for yourself. But this game certainly is very similar to the Sierra era city builder games, and also maybe a little bit like the more modern Anno games too. Grid-based city building with defenses, combat, building aqueducts, solving problems like crime and disease. Oh boy, I love it. All based on ancient history, but also has some really cool stuff in terms of an editor. You can actually make your own maps and battles and battlefields in the game if you'd like to, and upload all that stuff to the Steam Workshop, which means you can then download it too. So if there's something you want to download, like a historically accurate map for the most part, or some sort of a fun, kooky mod or something like that, like some fictional scenarios, you can totally do that too. Very cool stuff. So yes, we've enjoyed a game by the name of One Military Camp from this developer on the channel before, where we would build a large military base in order to take back our whole island, and I was just in love with that game. And when I found out that they were making a new one, I thought, no way. So you may have seen Citadelum on the channel before in a demo format, which if you've played the demo, this game actually lets you pick up your progress on the demo. So if you complete the first mission, like from the ashes, and learn how to play, and maybe even the first mission, it'll let you pick up where you left off. But what I really like here is that none of these missions are locked behind a wall. We can play any of these missions at any time in any order, or we can click the sandbox mode and just choose the map. So if we want to build somewhere in North Africa or in Hispania, then we can definitely do that too. So lots of little modifiers for the game, lots of enemy presence on the missions too, or in sandbox mode, and you can turn that up or down as you like. But if you don't like any of that, you can always go into the map editor to do that. All right, well, we may be streaming this game in the future, so make sure you subscribe and hit that like button if you'd like to see more ancient city builders, ancient Roman city builders, Greek, Chinese, Japanese, whatnot. Make sure you do that, because this certainly qualifies as one. And give me a hello down below in the comments section, because if I get some more keys for this game to give away to you, I'm going to give it to those who are subscribers and blowing up that comment section. So get it going. Glory to Raptoria down below in that comment section. And let's take our first look at the full release. It's the full release now. As of today, you see the 1.0 at the bottom of Citadelum. Let's go. So after the tutorial, the first mission here, we gather strength as we go. We're going to start with this one, which shows our map here down in the lower right corner. There'll be a little bit of combat too. Battle required, yes. We'll be required to reach a population of 80 plebeians, 20 patricians, buy 150 silk, and then transfer it to Rome. We're here where the giant flag is, obviously, and the Silk Road, you know, we'll purchase from there and then send things all the way up to Rome and maybe other parts of the empire too. So yeah, cool stuff. Now again, remember, you can play this wholly in sandbox if you'd like to as well, and turn up and down those battles. So once you've completed a mission, I believe you can keep playing, and then of course you can also play in sandbox too. All right, let's go. So pause at any time to read the lore, really the ancient history that you see here as we gather strength as we go. It'll tell you all about pretty much what's going on in the world at this time, and especially with Rome. And look at that map. I really like the look of this game. I think they did a good job of choosing an art style that looks classic yet modern at the same time. And again, I cannot, I do it every time, so I'm going to do it now. Love the look of the grass in this game and many others. I think developers are getting really good at making more believable environments in terms of like fertility, where you can like take one glance and be like, well, probably couldn't grow wheat here, but maybe over here or something like that. So it's really nice. And they're kind of suggesting to us, hey pal, you should build a city here, because there's all this clear open area, and it's smack dab right in the middle of the map for the most part. But we can zoom around and see that there's a lot of water over here. There's even rivers that flow through. Looks real nice. You can see deposits of things like iron and clay and stone. This happens to be an iron ore deposit, and a pretty big map to build in. So that's why I give a big shout out to the Sierra era games, because they were amongst some of the best for city builders, really, and inspired so many devs to make so many cool city builders. 100%. Right. Well, anyway, after playing the demo, one thing that I've learned about this game is it's very important to do, well, the Sierra city builder thing, which is essentially lay out a city perfectly and then copy the design. So we have to worry about fires, and we have to worry about buildings collapsing, and food distribution, and especially water to prevent things like dehydration and disease. So we're going to start with our forum, which could be the center of our city if we want to. We can always build things off a little bit if we like. But now I think in our previous episode where I showcased this mission a little bit for the demo, I think we may have built up here. And I think building the forum up here is a pretty cool idea. Now, it did mention that there's going to be likely military combat, so maybe building a little more strategically would be a good idea. So we'll go ahead and put our forum here as if it's like our main building. So we'll plop it down right there, and then boom, insta-construct. So yeah, I love the way these buildings look. It really has that, I'm being completely honest, that like Windows 95, Windows 98 look to them, yet it's modern times with all the shadows and stuff going on. So really great appearance here. Now we can see the regional map, and that's kind of where we saw it before, with us being on the kind of northeast side, and the Silk Road will be up here to where we can then transfer things to Rome. However, it'll get there shortly. But this game does feature a really neat like exploration system. So we've got ourselves an explorer that we can send to the nearby regions in order to look for things like other cities, trading partners, maybe trouble or something like that. So we'll explore the nearby territory right away. And we'll start looking at what's around us and see if we can find a way to build a road. That's what those Romans love to do, so we'll do that as well. Now, when we get to it, we'll be able to see the gods, and we'll kind of be able to go up to their, like, Mount Olympus or whatever. And it really reminds me of the Civilization games with how some of the characters look in that one. So certainly taking a lot of look and feel of other games. Let's get back to our city then. Oh, look at this. We can actually see our... Oh, right, from managing multiple cities. At a glance, we can click and see what's going on here. So we can see how many people, especially military units, are in this city, so we can easily move them around. So we have like infantry, archers, centurions, explorers, whatever. Then we also can see how they're doing for, you know, jobs. Then we can also give our people more or less of a salary, and we can also check out how many resources are there. And then again, for this mission, we'll be trading, so very important too. And then we can also see our legion and see if we can actually build up a force here, in addition to taking a glance at what is there. We can also manage it. Okay, let's get back to the city then. I wanted to see what other things are there. Okay. All right, so back to the forum. So I'm going to build myself a road, and I believe that does cost a little bit of money, but I love this. We have different styles of roads and what looks to be maybe bridges. Yeah, based on what tiers we've unlocked. So first we got to start with a good old-fashioned rural road, but then we can work up to those paved roads and premium roads too. That'll look nice, and also I think increase the range of buildings' effectiveness and also the speed in which people travel, that kind of thing. Making it easier for people to travel makes them and allows them to go much further. So we'll build our main road here. And actually, maybe we could make it a double wide, which would look really nice. Let's go ahead and do something like this. And you could argue that maybe this is unwise spending of money, but we must do things with grandeur. Like, we want it to look cool. This is Rome. We want things to look real nice. Or, not Rome, but we're Roman. We're trying to build things for the empire, so we'll do that. I'm going to build some sort of a nice little starting area for our forum. And we could decorate all this, putting trees inside these gaps. Even if it's an easy mission, you could take all the time in the world to really make a city that you're proud of. So very cool. I love the fact that there's little carts and things there. Cool. All right, time to start with housing then. We'll start with our plebeian housing, and then we'll start up to the next tier, which is patrician housing, which I think we can upgrade to. And then there's wells, we have our reservoirs, we have our markets, things to distribute goods and water, and then food too, so wheat, and then the granary in which to store that. We also have the ability to build logging camps to gather wood and bring that back to the town, as well as stone and iron. And then I believe there's something about pottery at some point too. We have entertainment here, so acting school, gladiators, all the way up to an arena, similar to the Colosseum, of course, but a little smaller, and then different temples to the gods. We have plenty of decorations that unlock when we hit different tiers, military units, including the way to recruit and train them, and then also defenses. So we have guard posts, watchtowers, walls, etc. And then a little way to demolish trees and maybe other things that are in our way. So cool stuff, cool stuff. Let's go ahead and start with our plebeian housing. I think we'll go ahead and start building them. Actually, maybe we could build it like in here. There is a potential for us to maybe wall off a large portion of this, if we want to, depending on how big the city gets. And really, a good rule of thumb in games like this is you always need more space than you think you do. So always build a little bigger than what you were expecting. So let's go ahead and build like a little neighborhood over here. And I'm going to try to build it off this way. And I do believe, actually, let me just check real quick. I think water, okay, water can be placed anywhere. So a water source is not really a thing, like a aquifer. We don't have to pull from areas in which have water. The water will come from the well for our people. Go ahead and build over here. Now we can see an iron ore source there too. We don't have to mine everything in the game. Sometimes it's a wiser idea to build further away. But I do want to build some logging camps and stone mines here so we can use all these materials to build our town. So we're going to essentially strip the land of all these resources and then just convert them into houses and, you know, like mills and things of that nature. So let's go ahead and start plopping our houses down. And we'll leave a little bit of room for decor between the homes. Just a little bit. And these are also upgradable. We're going to go ahead and make sure we have enough room for 80 of these folks. And you can see they're all different buildings. Like the front of the buildings look a little different. Maybe the tops of the buildings look a little different. There's some samey, but there's also some differences. So it'll look real good in a big O city. Now, we also need to put down some well water and also a fire department. So fire station will cover an area in white there. Yes, titanium white. So we definitely want to make sure we kind of copy this design on the other side too. So we'll put premium housing over here, and most of the folks will be over there. The plebs. That's what we'll do. Please for the plebs. Let's please the plebs. Let's do it. All right, we'll build this fire department there, across the street from this home, and we'll plop down a well too, which will supply that with water. Nice. And that'll go right into there. And we've, of course, got some workers needed there, so we have our first jobs. Very nice. Now, if we're going to keep building a city, we're going to need lots of resources, so let's do what we said we would do in building a logging camp up here. Buildings that are near resources, those resources get highlighted in white, so that's very nice. And let's go ahead and build over here too. And we'll plop down another little logging camp here, maybe. That'll be good. And then we'll need the same for a stone mining camp. And really, you almost can't get enough of these resources, so never be shy. One thing that I praise every time I play this game, and I must point it out now too, is that the game does a great job of pointing a dotted line to where the nearest resources are. So if you're wondering, okay, I need an iron mine, and instead of spending all your day zooming around and trying to find those resources, it literally points exactly to where they are. And I hope this is a standard feature for all future city builders, if it makes sense. I really like that. It just saves you a lot of time and kind of lets you see how many things are around. At a glance, you can be like, how many iron mines did I have nearby? Oh yeah, 3 or 4. So yeah, very great thing in order to save a lot of your time and just make it more about the building rather than being the explorer, like which we sent out earlier. We get all of our roads together here. And as they say, all roads lead to the forum. I'm pretty sure that's what they say. 100%. 110%. We're putting in extra effort. Good. All right, so now we're going to build a few of these homes here, and we can replicate them on the backside. And we can even leave some areas here for parks and other decorations and things like the marketplace, which I think we'll plop down now too, so I don't forget. And we'll kind of leave areas for decoration. Now, I think this is the type of game where first you want to learn how the game works, then you want to worry about function to make sure you're very efficient and to do everything as best as possible. But then you kind of start to care about that less and less and put a little bit more into making a city look good and feel good. So, yeah. So that way you're kind of proud of your achievement, which can be difficult to build a city to such soaring heights. It can be a real challenge. All right. We built all those homes there. I also want to build some farms too. So maybe we'll do the farming over here because there's water nearby. And we'll build some more homes up that way. We'll kind of have it swing like an L for the city, and then the industrial area be out there. So I'm assuming a lot of the people who live there may work over here. Let's go ahead and build another road. And there is a, cross street there. Cool. And we'll start with the granary, which covers an area in white there. And we'll plop it down maybe right there. All right, cool. And then we'll start building our wheat farms around there. Now, again, you can never have enough food in these games, so always leave at least extra room. If you don't plan to build all the farms now, you will eventually have to build them. So just, leave a little extra room for growth, and there's nothing wrong with that. We'll start with 4 for now. And as you can see, our resources are starting to burn up quickly. We've got some wood left here, some stone, and some stone bricks. So those will be our basic building materials for now. And eventually other things will be required in order to further our advance of our city. Let's see. We also need a reservoir, so we can build a water mill here, and we do want to provide water to the citizens in form of the aqueduct, which can be upgraded when or the reservoir, which I think will upgrade in its appearance and its functionality after we get to a different tier. So I'm going to try to build it like around there. And we can build a few of these, and they can overlap, and it'll look real nice. Let's build our water mill here. And we'll try to make it, we're going to try to make it a little unusual, so that way it doesn't take a straight line and looks nice in the city. We'll build that there. And then we'll build our aqueduct over this way. Now, I believe when our city upgrades, the aqueduct will, again, start to look different. So it'll kind of change its appearance and look a little more fancy, I think. I'm going to try to build it like this. Hopefully that'll be just fine. Connect there. And then we'll go around this way too. Boom. I didn't want it to be a straight line. You can always, of course, make it shorter or whatnot, but it just looks nice to kind of make it a little like almost like a train station in your city. There's all the fresh water coming in, and then there's the reservoir, like the main train station. So, very nice indeed. Let's go ahead and build a road to that on the side, and we could even build roads, of course, underneath the aqueduct too, and we could build walls alongside it, so that we can protect that and protect our fresh water. All right, we'll also need an engineer's guild so things don't collapse. So next to the fire department, it's a good idea to build a engineer's guild to make sure things don't go bad. I think it protects all buildings. So the farms are okay for now, but we'll eventually build more of those. I want to try to keep our focus on some other things too. We'll need iron a little bit later. We do need a warehouse though, in order to store those goods, although the forum itself also acts like a warehouse. So if you build things close to the forum, you'll be all right, and that's kind of what we did. We might not need a warehouse for now. We'll keep an eye on it just to see how it functions. So let's go ahead and go. All right, so we'll start with our first goal of reaching 80 plebeians, and then also prestige level 2. And prestige is gained by essentially getting a ton of people in the city, feeding them, and then prestige will kind of prestige creates prestige. The more homes that we get in the city, and the more happy that people are living here, kind of is free advertising, and more people will come in, and it's a cycle that we hope continues. All right, let's see. Now we could put more homes here, but again, I'm going to try to stretch it out a little bit and make it a little more breathable. I want to try to make room for more decorations around here. And all of these people are now unemployed. They're not unemployed, but these jobs do not have enough people working at them. So people will come into the city, and you can kind of see people taking these jobs now. Like, for example, at the fire station, and they're working on that kind of stuff. So you can tilt the camera if you want to. Middle mouse button gives you some gloriously beautiful looks at the layout of your map. This is great for city planning top down, but this is where the money is made, right here. These beautiful angles, which you build a huge city, or you're trying to recreate Rome, like, literally Rome, the city. Yeah, you're going to have a good time taking lots of pictures of that and making sure it looks as beautiful as possible. Oh, yes. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so more people moving in. I don't think we've hit our housing capacity yet. Let's see. Yep, we've got 12 out of 40. I will want to build some more homes here. And build. Good idea. Alright, we'll build on the back end here. And continue to connect roads. And we'll connect to that main street here. And this will connect to our main city gate. Takes a long time to really get a masterpiece in a game like this, but that's where all the fun is not building, but gathering and then building. And storing and going through all the struggles of a town, like medical and other things like that. Now, all these houses that I built, we may end up demolishing in order to fit more things in here to meet their needs. So there might be a time where we have to build an acting school, or maybe a temple inside of this area. So we'll have to keep an eye on everybody there. Now, you can also see with the reservoir that there's a lot of wood that's going to hold this in. And as we get to tier 2, this will change its appearance. So keep attention to that, because we just unlocked prestige level 2 now. So now we have ourselves the tier 2 housing. We can now build the tax office and collect money. We can have sawmills so we can make planks. We can grow carrots, and I think there's even wine here. Yeah, grapes. So wine production is a thing through the winery. And decorative trees too. So all good stuff. And then some wonderful tips from Maximus here. So you can turn that off if you want to, or just click understood. And if you get lost at any time, the game does have some good hints and tips and tricks for you under some of the menus, and good times. Also, the management window, as we mentioned before, is visible inside the city as well as it is outside, so another great way to gather information quickly. Oh boy, that is bad. Wow, a fire right across the street from the fire department. Imagine that. What are the odds? Here in Raptoria, the odds are 100%. I'm not shocked, I'm just shocked that it happened now. That's all I'm saying. Alright, the fire department's rushing to put out that blaze. Look, oh wow, look at that. He's running inside to like rescue survivors. And I think other people will come over too. We should probably increase the amount of people in the fire department as well. So, now that we got a bigger town going, certainly would be a wise idea to get more fighters working on putting out those fires. Hilarious. The fire happens between the reservoir and the fire station. Water may as well be ablaze. Alright. Crisis averted. So that's why you start with that stuff. Fire can break out real quick. Oh, we have baths too that we could build. Very nice. A tax office, though, would be a good idea. Ah, look at that. Exactly. Right in the middle of the neighborhood. So let's get rid of this house. Sorry, folks. We need them tax dollars. It becomes a real difficult thing at the start of these games to remember, like, what the actual, relation is between, like, a building's size and also its range. And I think, again, the roads increase that. So you will be building and rebuilding and building again all these different homes. So, yeah. This building has no houses within a radius of influence. Really? I think they mean patrician houses? Oh, maybe that's what we require. We'll see. Regardless, I think I'll build another building there. They might be right about that. So maybe it's only the tier 2 houses that could be taxed. But did we reach the 80 people we needed? We have 34 out of 75, so we can get a few more of these homes built. I think it would be a good idea. We'll build one over here. I do want to keep this area unoccupied and here too for extra services for these folks. And let's also build I guess we'll build back to back here. No, I'll keep a road here for the aqueduct, or for the reservoir. And that'll kind of look cool. And I hope to build some parks and other things around all those structures. Nice. Okay, so, right, we've got some density here and some other homes set up. And now it's time to do the same on this side. So we'll go ahead and build ourselves a few more roads over here. Actually, we wanted to do it up there, didn't we? Yeah, because that's going to be our farming side. So, let's see. Oh, yep, cool. They're starting to store grain there. Look at that, bringing all the stuff in via the wheelbarrow and putting it right into storage in the granary. Well done. We'll get to more farming here in a little bit. We also have to worry about unemployment, but at the start, we'll just worry about food so everybody can go towards... everybody needs to eat, so putting everybody on food production is pretty much a win. That's a very good thing to do. That's probably one of the first things you want to do. Uh-oh, we got a problem here. Residents are leaving the city due to lack of employment. Oh, well, there you go. Well, new jobs are being created right now. Building some carrot farms. And I don't care if they leave or not. That's fine. Okay, let's build a little road there. Nice. And then we'll keep building some wheat farms on the other sides. Food diversity is going to be important. Let's try some onions as well. And we also have some melons there. And cabbage. So let's do 2 onions. And then also some cabbage. And we'll make that a little more even there. And we'll go up that way. And maybe we'll build some more farms this direction. And we'll make room for our winery down here. We'll do all of our winemaking on this side and start with some basic farms here. So I think we're okay for now. I do want to add some more food diversity, though. We'll do melons. And we already did cabbage. So we'll unlock some more things over time. And we certainly have a little bit more room to grow. Although I know from experience that wheat is incredibly important. So I'm going to build even more of those. Even more of those. Okay, so people should stop leaving the town now since they have employment. And we'll start to build our other side of the city around the forum. Let's go ahead and build a nice road here. Oh, look at that pretty water. Pretty, pretty. So yeah, people can walk through the aqueduct there or around the reservoir too. Very nice. And we'll start building our homes this way. And we also need the fire department and other things here. So before we do that, I shouldn't forget to build that so it protects the whole city. We'll build another fire department nearby there. We'll build a well there as well. Well. We'll also need our engineer building. And we'll build a road that goes around this. And maybe along here. Okay. Wow, it's looking cool. I like it. Let's start with our housing. And we'll face the housing towards the middle road. So build a couple homes here. And we'll change these up a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, we're short on wood, right? So yeah, we certainly need a lot of that wood. And we're producing as much as we can. So we can add additional people now to cutting down trees and gathering stone. So that employment was pretty important right at the start, but I wanted to make sure we had enough people for all the different jobs. And now we're going to get everybody on increasing the number of jobs that we've already got. House does not have enough food. Okay, so we're working on that as well. So we've started to produce a lot more of that. And I believe that'll be distributed through the market, so we should probably increase the amount of people working there too. We'll go up to 4. That way we can distribute more food quickly. All right, let's keep building those roads. That'll look nice there. So yeah, you definitely want to build a gridiron in these games. I mean, it's a grid-based game anyway, but to make a grid look good, you certainly need a little bit of experience, and that goes the same for every game that you play. So just because you have 10,000 hours in one game doesn't mean that everything transfers to the next. So every time it's a learning experience as you start something new. So don't think that you're going to be not being able to play this because you haven't played all these other games. It's very approachable from what I've seen so far, so long as you follow the tutorial, and the campaign really works as kind of an extended tutorial as well, and a good challenge. Look at that, we've now unlocked Tier 3. So now we can have ourselves a hospital. We have ourselves a doctor's office. We have the Temple of Apollo, for example. We have a trophy, topiary arches and hedges. We've also got fishmongers and a bakery too, so we can make a lot more food, including medicinal herbs, so that'll go well with the doctor's office. So a few more things that the people are going to want in the town, and we will aim to please. Keep getting these numbers up. We should be able to house enough of the plebs. And we'll keep building these homes as quickly as we can. Now, we also need to plop down that tax office. That'll get us some good moolah. Oh, I guess I can't see exactly where the range will be unless we have the supplies for it, so we'll have to keep getting more wood. Now, that's another thing we'll likely increase is starting to cut down trees here. So we'll do all of our logging and mining along the coast, and then especially up here, and that, oh yeah, as that clears out, we'll fill in that space with homes instead of trees and, ew, gross stuff. Ew. Not beautiful Roman architecture. It's great. Like, within a few minutes, I've been able to build a pretty nice-looking town. Fire department's already on the lookout for that fire. They're already rushing to assist. The gods are punishing us, I guess. And then next we just got to buy silk, which will be quite expensive. So that's why we're going to raise a lot of tax dollars. So if we get a lot of people here living nice with food and good jobs and jobs for crafting and artisans and other things of good trading value, we're going to make a lot of money and everybody's going to be happy. No space to store the outbound resources. Okay, so we will need a warehouse for our miners and our loggers. Let's build that tax office first so we can get some moolah. Some money. All right, let's build that maybe right about here. People are going to love that. Oh, they're going to love it. Oh, we get to be taxed now. Hooray. It's a good spot for it there. And then we will build a road there. Nice. Wow, and we're already up to tier 4. Look at that, man. Very quickly. Roman gates. Oh, these are perfect for decoration. Very nice. And we can now start training infantry too and building towers and defensive walls. We'll need, of course, a lot more money, more stone, more wood to build those. We'll try to get more people in the city to work the big manual labor jobs. Let's go back to trying to store resources. And we'll try to find our warehouse and plop that down so we have additional storage space. We'll plop that right there. They still got a lot of work to do in mining all that stuff. So that'll be just fine. Like this guy doesn't have a road? Well, I may have built on that road. We'll cross down that way. There we go. Alright, cool. Keep on logging. We'll build a logger's hut here. And a little road for that. And we'll build a warehouse nearby and build another logging camp over here. Alright, and we'll increase the number of workers. Putting all of our people to work. And I believe the farms can also increase the number of workers too. So we definitely want to do that. We can also change the priority of buildings. I'm going to go ahead and at least make 4 of these wheat fields really high on the priority work list. And what's the issue with this building? No space. Okay. I guess we'll increase the number of people working at the warehouse too. Get more things stored quickly. And let's keep building our tier 2 homes. And lots of space for decor. Let's try a little bit of decoration now. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. All right, it actually decreases the appeal of our homes here too, so that's going to look real nice. And be very beneficial to our city. Build a little topiary here. I don't know exactly how to get that down. Oh, we click and drag. Okay. We can build a nice amount of little trees here. And we can even put down a little flower garden. Oh, nice. So that looks, you know, whatever. Not too complicated, not too amazing, but definitely added some attractiveness to our city. And we can do that down the main road too. And I don't think these houses really need it, but I did find out that you can place trees here on the roads, but it actually kind of deletes the function of the road. It'll block people from doing that. So if you're thinking maybe you could put trees on the roads and people will walk around them, just like how they can walk around the support beams of the aqueduct, nah, ain't gonna happen. Not in this town. Alright, well, we could build our gate here if we'd like to. Oh, that's gonna look cool. Gate to all the different neighborhoods. So yeah, we can wall all this stuff off if we want to. Oh, that's gonna look great. So we're gonna build something like this. Ah, nice. And adds a little bit of decoration across the street too. It seems to have that range. So it certainly helped the value of that property there. Made everybody happy. Okay, let's keep adding people to our city. And as more people move in, we will be building more... Well, let's actually cancel that. As more people move in, we'll be adding more of them to the production of food. And we'll get on wine shortly, which will certainly make a lot of people happy. Okay. We'll go with this. And I think that's within range of the tax office too. Yep. So we should be turning around the money situation in a few years. It won't be immediate, but we want to take a little bit of time to continue to gather raw resources rather than just building to the highest optimization. We want to make sure that that industry in the back end is supportive too. Okay, we've only got 25 unemployed people. Not bad. Looks like we've got too many people working, not enough people working at the granary, so it's getting backed up. And I think we're going to need another granary too, because there's just simply so much to store, which is a fine problem to have. Too much food? Oh no. All right. Well, we'll build that there. And then we'll build one here maybe. Actually, that one's good because that covers a lot of these fields too. It's a range-based thing for that as well, so we need to just build a little pathway there. And we'll be building another one, I think. Oh, hey, look at that. Okay, so we've got a fire, and it can start out here too. So the granary, luckily for us, the granary's not too full. There's just a little bit of food here. Not great to lose a granary, but now we know we should build a fire department out here too. So we will do just that. So we'll plop that down maybe right here with a little well. And then we'll also start our wine making down here. We're going to go down in the grape mines. We're going to get into a deep vine. Yeah, that's right. That's actually pretty good. Wow, I actually didn't even try on that one. Some things just come naturally. Okay, so we'll build that, and let's make sure we get a few people working on that. Oh, look at this. We have a lion statue, different columns, cavalry training. That's cool. Very nice. Okay, so hopefully they put out that fire and rebuild things as needed. And let's go with our grape orchards. And I think we'll build these here like this. And we'll get people employed on working on the wine industry. I always want to say mining, but it's wining. Wine and dining, that's what we're doing. Let's plop down a winery as well, which takes a little bit more wood, so we'll have to wait for that to clear up. Ooh, listen to all that building. Oh, we need planks. So we'll need to start making planks at the sawmill. So we'll plop down a sawmill too. And we'll make a new industrial area for that. Maybe down here near the winery. That means we can put down a warehouse. And we can put a winery down here, a warehouse, a granary, whatever else is needed for that stuff. So maybe we'll put our industry right here at the end. End of the road, pal. And we'll put down a warehouse too. And we'll put other industries around. So here's where we can make our pottery. We can make weapons down here. We can do our weaving. Kind of cool. Alright, looks like they're putting out the fire. There has been one theft. Oh no. Someone watched the video without hitting the like button. Uh-oh. And more unemployed? Oh, come on now, folks. We got jobs aplenty coming for all you. Well, let's get these grape numbers up. And since our population's only going to go up, we'll get everybody into farming. I think there's also a button for all of the management of jobs. I forget exactly where it is. It's a little bit like banished. Here it is, work assignments. We can see what everybody's assignment is. So this helps us to figure out what the total number of people that can work at a certain building is. And apparently the well is just kind of a free thing. We'll keep getting more people into farming. And we don't have enough workers for these jobs, which is totally fine. More people who move in now will be employed immediately. So there won't be any more problems with that. And it's in the food industry. So that's something that benefits everyone. Wow, lots of fires in the town. Jeez. Like non-stop going on here. Look how nice the tax office looks. Oh, just robbing everyone. Legal theft. We could build like a nice little building here if we wanted to. Decorative building. I think we'll keep this as a temple, and we'll do the Temple of Apollo. Why not? There we go. And then eventually we'll be able to start, I think we may need to level up a bit more, but we can then go to Olympus and try to appease the gods and see whatever they want. Not Olympus. I said Olympus earlier. Wow, I got a lot of different lore on my mind. My bad. Well, you know what I mean. Disney's Olympus was what I meant to say. They purchased it now. It now belongs to them. And they will write the ending of this property. We were all wrong. Oh, yes, we'll need a market over here, too. So let's get that done. Lol. You know, I was thinking there's actually a little palace that they're in. And it really reminds me of, like, Mount Olympus every time that I see it. And let's see if we can put down a market, which I believe is under the housing. Ooh, there's also a tavern. That's going to be for all that wine. Let's put that after a day of going to the, tavern to pay, going to the tax office to pay your taxes. You're gonna be going right to drinking. Okay, let's put that there. And we'll need some workers there. So now some of these jobs take the tier 2 workers to function, so we'll start with that. And then oh, there's a school as well. Great. Intersection of wall with aqueduct. Oh, great. So we can put a section where the aqueduct comes in out of the city and goes over the wall. So that's cool. We have a supporting area there. Okay, so we'll need those planks going too. Just make sure we got people working there. And we'll keep adding some more houses down here. We need more houses for all these new jobs. So I'll put some of these right on the edge. And it is a good idea to try to get buildings as close as possible sometimes too, so they can take advantage of the same services. But also, you do want them spread out for decoration, because it just looks a little nicer that way. In my opinion, I think it looks really nice to do something like that. And so that's what we will do. So, looking good. Let's build some roads here, maybe. Go around the market. That's going to be a popular area. And we'll add some trees and things over time. All right, let's on pause. And I was also going to build that market. We do need that so people don't die to death. And that market was right here. We can put that next to the tax office as well. Nice central location. And a pretty good location for all the homes that we've already built. Very good. All right, let's plop down a few more trees maybe for decoration. Ooh, health and entertainment, right. So we're going to have to start worrying about health crises and... Oh, people are looking for entertainment. And people are leaving the city due to lack of employment. That'd probably be our tier 2 workers, to be honest. They're going to take some of these jobs to work. And we'll get to that shortly. We'll get it going. All right, we do need our winery. Let's also make sure we've got that ready to go. Let's build our winery here. And these are just the basics, food and wine, and then storing all that stuff. That's just day 1 Rome, baby. Okay. And then, of course, more workers needed there. So more people will move in with the homes we built, up to 129 for the tier 1s. And we've got a 71 on the tier 2. So we're pretty close to getting that tier 2 goal. Oh, actually, no. The goal now is to produce 5 of one wine at the winery. So we're doing that next. We must add that population hit a while ago. That's all right. Sometimes I love it in the game when I'm not trying to complete a goal. And then I accidentally complete it. And I'm like, oh, cool. I was focused on doing this other thing. But now I don't have to worry about it. Nice. Now we have columns that we can build. Keep building trees down this way, though. That's nice. And then we'll take out the non-decorative trees. And we'll kind of do that. All right, now we can put another logging camp over here, couldn't we? And I believe the sawmill is going to cut through a lot of those logs quickly. We definitely want to provide more of those. Wow, look at that. Tier 6 already, and we can build an arena. We just need 100 more planks for that. And we can also build some brick walls. So a little bit of like separation of areas like a industrial area, if you wanted to. It might also provide a little bit of defense if the enemy attacks. In a real life situation, the enemy would probably not really like jump over or bother with the city wall. They would try to go through the gates too, even if they were past the main defenses. So that's the thing. Building has collapsed. Oh no. Oh, it's a small little tent. Lol. I don't even know if it's worth it to build that up here, but it might be because we do have the warehouse. So let's do that. I'm actually looking at all of our other buildings too. We have cows. Cow farm. Cool. Alright, we'll build our engineer there. And, no taxes collected. We'll see about that. There we go. Create some more jobs that way. 75 out of 96. There's been a murder. Ooh. Gonna have to hire a private eye. Yeah, she came into my office. She said she was looking for her brother. She was a beautiful dame. I was looking for my brother. Yeah. That's how they all begin. All Roman stories start with a murder. Well, a lot of them. Or end with it. You know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Alright, let's just square that up for our road. I'm probably not going to build a sawmill there. But we could build more things along this pathway for decoration, which is why I left some room. And we're going to need a lot more materials for these things. Put down a little round fountain. That's nice. Oh, pretty. Oh, it requires water from the aqueduct. So it'll actually have to be within range of this. And you can see now it's changed its appearance a little bit. So yeah, the aqueduct certainly helps a lot of the city to grow. And we could build multiple ones. So we could build a... And when I say aqueduct, you know, I mean reservoir. But it's all connected. It's a system. The aqueduct system is designed to bring all that water there. So that's what it do. Let's go ahead and try to maybe build a city wall now, maybe? And we'll worry about all the decorations and stuff later. In fact, I could bring another reservoir in over here and build one off this side. We could build another one up here for the northern part of the city. And we could build another one here to expand this way. And then we'll likely build all the way down here too, so we could have this go through or off to the side, which would be really neat. Or we could just have it continue this way. I don't know. We'll make it work. Alright, so let's see if we can fill in all the homes that we need up here first. They want us to build a bath now. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, they do. And that will need to be within aqueduct coverage, so let's build that there. And now religion, which we've already built a temple. One temple. They want us to build another. Sometimes, you know, it's nice to not focus on whatever goal they give you and just do whatever you want. It's like playing sandbox at the same time that you're doing an actual mission. I love it. We have more doctor's offices, but we'll stick to what they say now. Let's also do one of... Goddess of Agriculture now. We could use that. So we got one down there for Apollo. And we could build another one right here. We're doing a little temple over here, I think. Sorry, folks. We gotta do a little reclamation. Oh, we'll build our temple just like that. And we'll throw some decorations around it. Excellent. And now the gods. To which we're at, quote-unquote, Mount Olympus. That's right, guys. Yeah. Of course, there's Zeus and Hades. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so they can give us blessings or punishments, and they'll actually come to our city, too. So... you know, if we do the things that they like, they'll come down as a giant. And I kind of think of them as like Godzilla. Oh, yeah. She's in, baby. We're putting her in. The goddess of agriculture. Sweet. That was a good move. The reason I did that, too, is because, yeah, we have a lot of farms and got a lot of hungry people. And I should probably add some more storage to that. And getting food up is always a good decision. Always. Always a good thing to do. I'm gonna build 2 more storage warehouses here. And upgrading housing. Things are moving fast now, aren't they? They really are. Let's go back to the world map. We haven't gone there in a while. And see where we've explored. It only takes a little bit to explore these sections, but there's so much to show in the game in the first initial mission that you really spend a lot of your time doing a little of everything. There's really not a lot of time to do everything. Okay, we have some more homeless. That's because I destroyed that for the temple, but that's okay. All good. They're not too mad, I'm sure. Go ahead and put them over here. Wow, it's really looking nice. Can we build tier 2 roads yet? Yes, we can. We get faster travel speed for all of these roads. So building them... I think it's a good idea to always build the rural roads first and then upgrade to the paved roads. It'll cost you twice, though. 10 plus then the 12. I don't know if there's a... Maybe there's a discount for building over? No, there's not. So it might be a good idea to, if you plan on building an area and plan it out perfectly, the paved roads and above might be a good idea from the start. But yeah, premium roads too, or paved plots, all nice. We could do that around the temple, for example. And then, ooh, look at that. And then we can plop some trees down or some statues. Maybe we'll do some columns. A little of column A, a little column B. Looks nice, doesn't it? Maybe we could put some trees back here. I don't know, it blends together really nice. Very quickly you can make something that looks decent without even trying too much, so that's nice. And plenty more things to unlock too, my goodness. Alright, let's plop down a... I don't know, maybe we could finally build a city wall. So, let's start thinking about this. So right now, I think what I'd like to do is build a wall here because I have an idea of filling in all the city here. We could have this neighborhood eventually go to this side, and then we could still build more farms over here. So we could have farming on either side, expand this housing neighborhood too for the new farms, and then all the tier 2 jobs like that. We could build a big old wall across the city if we have enough materials, to which we don't. So you can see what it's going to be like. But hey, let's build our main wall, like the main gate for the city. I can already hear fire. Can you hear it? Where is it? There it is. And again, right across from the police. Yes, the police department. They're going to arrest the fire. That'll work out. Okay, let's build ourselves a wonderful wall gate. We did it. Build your first defensive element. Look at that. Steam achievement for it too. And then we can build towers along the wall. We'll just build something like this to start. Nothing too crazy. I'll demolish some of the trees around the wall. Oh, probably another murder there. And we'll get on to security and stuff. That's what we're doing now, right? We got murders going on, so we're going to start getting on the civil and military defenses. You know, police, crime and punishment. That's cool. So yeah, I imagine that I'll build a huge wall here. And, you know, there's always a threat of a naval invasion, but we'll hope that doesn't happen. Hopefully no one pays attention to that. And enemy raids are coming too. Enemy will arrive very shortly, so we got to start building up an army to defend ourselves. So all this time we've been building a city, we also need to fight to defend it, so we'll have to start getting on iron mining and those things too. So there's a long way to go. And a short time to get there, brother. Eastbound and down. Loaded up and governing. Alright, we'll build some more structures there. We're short on a few jobs there. Workers for those jobs. Let's build a pathway around here. And all this open space I'll leave for trees and other things. Flowers. Some other things to raise the decoration level. If I were Pluto, I'd be pissed. I mean, this is what you give me, Raptor? This tiny little puny temple? It's nice, though. He's got it good. Eventually I could delete these homes and we could build a nice plaza here or something like that. And keep on upgrading. Now again, we're going to need another fire department here. We're going to need more engineering buildings. These will eventually collapse. We still need to make things that overlap multiple times. Including that of health. But look at that. Now we're positive in the money. We've got a lot of population. We can then start finding our trading partners and start to send the silk to Rome. It's a good time, man. Got a long way to go on this mission, but the basics are here. Starting to get defenses up, and we're also... we've already spotted the enemy. And now we're going to have to defend against our first attack from them, too. So maybe we'll, I don't know, get a little more farming going. No, I can't ask for any favors at the moment. I love how she jumped down here, though, like she was going to jump into the ring. I loved it. I loved it a lot. Oh, sad. We're out of time for Citadelum today, but don't worry, I'll be back with more videos. If you'd like to see this as a series on the channel, do let me know down below, and we'll be live streaming a lot of this one too, because it is a big old city builder and feels fresh and new and yet classic at the same time. We have more things to see, like higher tiers and epic battles and the full campaign itself. So again, get the game for yourself with the link down below in the description. And thanks again to Abulite Studios for sponsoring today's video and sending over an early key so we can take an early look, on release day at least, for Citadelum. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching the 1.0 video, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.